Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's dealing with these hard times as well as they possibly can. It has been rough with not seeing each other and doing virtual meetups, but I hope everybody is okay right now. First off, my name is Brian, and I'm representing the company Nike. I'll be discussing the controversial incidents that our company has faced and explain the ethical issue surrounding them. So the issues that we'll be talking about are the Colin Kaepernick ad and the alleged sweatshops. So, like a little bit about the Colin Kaepernick ad is that it aired in a Thursday Night Football game in the year 2018, and basically what the ad was that Colin Kaepernick is a very controversial figure right now, and everyone kind of wants to know like why we did it because we knew we lost some clients, and then we also know we gained some clients. So there's a lot of different sides of that. So the best way to go about that is breaking it down ethically. And first off, it does not break any of our rules against the code of ethics because it checks off all the necessities to be ethical. The facts of the case is that he's a very controversial person, but he really did not do anything that was per se unethical. So there should be no issue with using him. Yeah, we understand that not everybody likes it, but that is just something that we think the best to do was to use him just to show kind of that we don't really pick sides and we want to have him hear like what he wants to say and give him that opportunity that he has been denied before. And the main reason people don't like him is he breaks the unwritten rule that before sporting game, because he was an NFL quarterback, that was at the time, he's not anymore, he would, instead of setting unity for the national anthem, he would take a knee and raise up his fist. And people who said that this was disrespectful, but towards like the national anthem and our country and like our veterans, which I mean, yeah, people who think that, but the reason why he did it was because he wanted to like set a tone that there is a police brutality against people of color in this country, and we need to put a stop to that. So that was really his intention by it. So we understand the misconception that he's just disrespecting the national anthem. We did not really see that. Instead, we saw kind of that he needed a voice that wants to be heard. Maybe when about addressing it wrongly, maybe that could be an argument, but that's what speaking ethically, there's no issue with that. And we do know that a lot of customers are offended by this because people maybe like served in the army and just like this is something that offends us. He is disrespecting our country, but we also we consider that. But it's also the fact that we need to give him his platform to speak out against him. And obviously he's getting a lot of support from this too. There's a lot of people that like the commercial and are now invested in Nike. So it's kind of, that's the thing, it gets you talking about it. It gets you talking about what your opinion is on this whole situation. So that's another reason, one of the reasons we did it, just to kind of like put it out there, that to give him a chance to kind of speak his mind. And one thing I know that we did avoid in the commercial was talking about the incident straight up. It was more of an uplifting, that do whatever you want to do, like regardless of what people think. That was more of the principle of the commercial. And I'm sure like if you go back and watch it, it really does not talk about his stance on the national anthem. Like, we made clear to avoid that. This is just basically a motivational speaker. Yes, we understand that people still are not going to be a fan of him because of what he has done, but for our point of view, this commercial was to represent trying. So that there was no issues ethically there. And then, so we want to be as professional by it's us being professional, like not starting any sort of controversy, and just like letting him talk, kind of getting his word back out there without like directly saying anything involving the incident that he had in the NFL. And so morally speaking, that it feels good because a lot of people, he has been denied because of his image. You see him and you turn him off. He has been denied the chance to get his opinion out there. So we found that it was a moral victory that he was allowed to talk and kind of represent something that's bigger than all of us. So the principle I believe the philosophy we should keep in mind is the rawest veil of ignorance. We need to be fair and just towards everybody. So using Kaepernick, yeah, it has been somewhat controversial, but it's also very fair to him because he has been denied this chance to give his opinion or like talk about something due to the fact that his name is damaged because of what he believes in. And whether you believe it or not, that's fine, but it's the fact that we really did not violate any ethical issues with that. But so that's for that incident. The next incident we'll be talking about is in 1970s we were accused of running sweatshops. And for those who don't know, sweatshops are like they're are in their factories. There was in China, there was underage children being put in really tough working conditions, and obviously that's not something we're going to stand for. And it was very issue, and it still kind of damaged the name of a brand. So it was a very bad look for us when it originally came out. So and then we try to recover this in the city. I mean, we recover from that in 2002. We audited a lot of like the factories just to make sure there was nothing like that going on. So we really kind of did learn a lot from the situation. Yeah, it was bad, but we're still trying to like make up for that, and we'll break that situation down ethically. And like the facts being, like we were associated with child abuse in China. Yeah, it wasn't really necessarily like in all the factories. It wasn't in America, but it was in China. And we all take responsibility for that as our brand. So that just looks really bad. The loyalties are that it looks bad, and us it looks for a whole. And like, yeah, it was the decision maker that ran the factory, but that still it goes back to like all of us. So we all this kind of affects all of us. It is also, and it is not professional to conduct business like that. And moral, it's not moral law to have. So they really break a lot of loyalties in terms of how we did that, which is something that, again, it was in the 70s, but still people associate that with us, which is not what we'd try to stand for. And then the principle it follows is being professional and being moral, which we do. It is not professional or moral. So yeah, this was a huge issue, and we're still trying to recover from it. But this was very unethical of us to do, and we're still trying to get the brand name up. And then the best philosophy to associate with that is utilitarianism. That by doing the greater good, and we do not, when we break that here, because the greater good would be to help everybody out. And even if it's maybe in people like maybe if it's better sales or whatever, but that's just not. Again, it breaks all moral standards. So there's no excuse for this, and this is something that will haunt us. But we always look to improve. And I believe for this video, I believe we needed to do this, just because there's been some controversy. Like every business has been some controversial issues, but it was good to address them and make sure that everybody is on the same page, and that we continue to do what like the best, the greater good for everybody. And I hope that you now have more insight of how we deal with our controversial incidents.